Okay, welcome to everyone's favorite game, which is guessing the descriptions of books based solely off of their cover. Ding! The last video that I did like this, I didn't end up getting through very many books, and so I said that I would make a part 2. Here is the part 2. Because no preparation, is the name of the game on this channel. And this is honestly the perfect game for that because it's all about not preparing. That's right. I thought that today that's what I would do. Some of the books that I did this for, I actually have gone and now read. One of them was one that I said that I definitely wouldn't read. And guess what? I've read it. Does it hurt? I'm looking at you. So, hey, this has helped me read some books that I didn't think that I would read or I didn't know about. So, we doing it. What was that? What is this? We don't know. I have a list here. We're going to continue and we'll see what happens. With that, let's get into it. Okay, the first one is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by this person. I'm not going to say it because I would butcher it. But it looks like it's a translated work. This is a book that I have seen everywhere, especially for like super aesthetic girlies who like to read super aesthetic books. I really have zero idea. For some reason, I thought that maybe when I first saw it, maybe it would be like a poetry book, but I don't think it is. I don't even know what genre this is. Maybe literary fiction? We've got, a coffee table with a lamp and coffee and chairs, and there's a cat. This really gives me nothing. So, oh my gosh, I just scrolled down. Gosh dang it. Now I know like a little bit. All I saw was time travel. That's crazy. I wouldn't have guessed that. Oh my gosh. I would have guessed that it was like a literary fiction and it's about rediscovering yourself type situation where like we've got, a main character who is kind of like down in the dumps, like their life is very mediocre. They need to like rejuvenate it, and so like they do something in order to like rejuvenate it. And now I know that there's time travel, so maybe time travel is the way that they do that. Yeah, I really don't know. This one gives me nothing. So that's my guess. And something to do with the cat, which the cat is the friend who goes on these time traveling journeys with everyone else. That's my guess. Let's see. Oh boy, what would you change if you could go back in time? Unique experience, the chance to travel. Oh, interesting. So it's actually about a coffee shop that offers customers a unique experience of going back in time. If they could go back in time, what would they change? About 4 different people who do this. And so we've got confront the man who left them, receive a letter from their husband whose memory has been taken by early onset Alzheimer's, to see their sister one last time, and to meet the daughter they never got the chance to know. Wow, honestly, that sounds beautiful. I think I would really like that, actually. Hold on. I'm putting want to read. I've changed it. I was completely off, and also I scrolled down, so I'm giving myself an F- for that because I kind of cheated, and also I didn't get any part of that right. Okay, anyways, on to the next. Let's do the Priory Orange Tree. That one is super popular. So it's by Samantha Shannon, which I've read Samantha Shannon books before, so I think it is a fantasy. It's called The Priory of the Orange Tree. We've got a dragon on a tower looking down at a city. The title and the cover give absolutely nothing away. I'm kind of surprised that I've never looked this one up because I do enjoy fantasies. Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm gonna guess it's about a girl who is a part of this fantasy city, and there's a lot of unjust things happening in this city, and so she ends up inadvertently leading a revolution. And part of that revolution, kind of like how the Mockingjay is to the Hunger Games, the orange tree is to these people. At some point, she has to fight a dragon because the bad people, probably the king, has a dragon. So she's got to like fight the dragon, and it's about adventure and rebellion and fighting for the good of mankind. Wow, I pulled that right out of my ass. Let's see. A world divided. Hey. Queendom without an heir, an ancient enemy awakens. Queen Sabran must conceive a daughter to protect her realm. Durian is an outsider at court. Though she has risen to the position of lady-in-waiting, she is loyal to a hidden society of mages. Tane has trained to be a dragon rider since she was a child, but is forced to make a choice that would see her life unravel. This doesn't really give that much. So I was wrong. It's not about a king. We got a queen who needs to have a daughter to protect the realm. We've got the queen's lady-in-waiting working for a secret society to protect the queen. And then we've got a dragon rider. And she's got to make a choice. So, I mean, okay. The divide part that I talked about was kind of on point. It looks like it's a very like female driven world, which is very interesting to me. I would read this. I mean, it sounds interesting. I'm assuming that it's going to be a thing where this whole cast of characters come together, like their storylines really overlap, and like what one person is doing is really going to affect the storyline of another character. I was again not right. I wasn't right about any of it. Like not even a little bit. I'm going to give myself a D for just the fact that I got Fantasy World and there is a dragon in it. Nothing about the orange tree. Nothing about a symbol of the orange tree. I wonder if that'll come into play in like the actual book, but that's hilarious. I'm so bad at this. You know what? Another book marked as want to read because I think I would like that. Now I know. Okay. Next book, let's do The Club, which is a thriller, I believe. Wow, I did scroll down for a second, but luckily I didn't see anything. Okay, The Club, Everyone's Dying to Join, a novel by Ellory Lloyd. Honestly, that kind of helps. I think it's about a secret club. The way in which you have to get into the club is by doing like horrible things. There's like a hazing period to try and get into the club. And there's like this group of people who want to get into the club, and it's for various reasons that all of these people want to get into the club because it's either going to make their life better or because they think that they deserve it. And so as these people are trying to get into the club, people start dying. Maybe there's an outside source who knows about the club and like hates what it represents and so like tries to kill people. I bet you that's the twist. I didn't even go with the description route. I just went straight into what I think the book actually is. That's my guess. And I think I might be right on this one. Let's see. Smart, sinister murder mystery set in the secretive world of exclusive celebrity clubs. Oh, no, I'm not right. And it's a 3-day launch party, is easily the most coveted A-list invite of the decade. But behind the scenes, tensions are at a breaking point. As things get more sinister by the hour and the body count piles up, some of the Island Homes members will begin to wish they'd never made the guest list. Because at this club, if your name's on the list, you're not getting out. Okay, so it's more like there's like this big club of all of these like high A-list celebrities. There's like a lot of secret like locations that people can go to, various reasons, like vacations, and they just opened one. There's a lot of background drama going on with the opening of it, and people come and people start to die. Honestly, that kind of sounds interesting. I will say it does only have 3.32 stars, which makes me a little bit hesitant, but a little bit like it sounds kind of good. I was wrong again. I probably give myself a D. I'm not doing good at these. Maybe I'll read that one. I'm not going to mark it as want to read, but maybe I will. We'll see. Okay. How about we do Weyward? That one's another one that, like, again, I have seen everywhere, but have zero idea. Just looking at it, you can't guess what it's about. It's like wallpaper, and then there's a bird, but it's got, like, all of this vegetation, and it's very green. I mean, it's a very beautiful cover, but it tells you nothing about what is going on in the book. What is that, like a crow? Is that a crow? I'm going to assume that this is like a family drama. That it's a family drama. It's about a family who is very dramatic. Thank you for that, Rachel. A family drama about a family that's dramatic. Wow. Groundbreaking. Okay, my guess is that the matriarch of the family is dying and she has to give the house away to someone. All of the kids and the siblings come to the house. Relationships are strained and they all come back to try and figure out who is going to get the house. And while they're there, they maybe not necessarily start to like each other, but maybe start to understand each other. Their relationships begin anew as their mother dies, and they figure out how to cope with that and moving on from past hurts. Honestly, work. Let's see if I'm even remotely close. I'm a wayward and wild inside. Under cover of darkness, Kate flees London from ramshackle Weyward cottage inherited from a great aunt she barely remembers. Worlds away from the abusive partner who tormented Kate. To suspect that her great aunt had a secret, one that lurks in the bones of the cottage, hidden ever since the witch hunts of the 17th century. I am so wrong. 1619, Atha is awaiting trial for the murder of a local farmer. She is going through that. And then we have 1942. World War II rages on, and Violet is trapped in her family's grand crumbling estate. She longs for the robust education her brother receives, and for her mother long deceased, who was rumored to have gone mad before her death. Weaving together the stories of three extraordinary women across 5 centuries is an enthralling novel of female resilience and the transformative power of the natural world. Interesting. So it's about like 3 different timelines of 3 different women, and one escaped from an abusive husband. That's like the 2019. Then we got 1619, a girl is being accused of being a witch. And then we've got 1942, a girl in the midst of World War II wants to get the same education that her brother is getting and is held back by societal conventions. Wow. Again, completely off. Granted, this cover gives you nothing. Granted, I mean, I understand why the cover is how it is now that I've read the description. It actually makes complete sense because it's about, like, all of this is happening in this one house over centuries, and it's, like, over time, I'm sure, becoming more and more dilapidated. I am doing awful. I mean, at least I got, like, the literary fiction aspect of it right, and there it is drama. I was not expecting, like, witch hunt to be in there. Yeah, I want to read that. Changed to want to read. I'm adding so many books to my TBR with this one. I had no idea. What's the next one? Let's go with something, like, really random. Let's go ahead and do Wretched by Emily McIntire. I've read an Emily McIntire before. She's been doing, like, a fantasy retellings, kid story retellings, like the Grimm brothers, and I'm assuming that this is one of them. I feel like maybe I could get it based off of the cover. It's a heart, and it's wretched. For some reason, I'm getting, like, Snow White vibes, especially since the evil stepmother wanted the hunter to cut out Snow White's heart, and so I'm wondering if this is like a retelling of like the hunter and Snow White, and like the hunter is like, you know, the dark bad guy turned lover, and then Snow White is the girl, and it's like supposed to be like modern retellings. They're very odd. I feel like this is the one that I've seen maybe the most, and maybe a lot of people really like. I don't know. My guess is dark romance. It's a Snow White retelling. It's the hunter and Snow White. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, nope. It's the Wizard of Oz. A woman can be great and terrible too. Evelina Westerly has always been the bad guy and botanist behind her family's drug empire. Hilarious. She's back to her criminal ways, but Nicholas Wordsworth's real secret is much more dangerous than an alias. He's an undercover DEA agent. The girl is the bad guy in this, and the guy is the good guy. Okay. Again, I was completely wrong. I don't understand how this has anything to do with the Wizard of Oz. Someone said, I support women's rights, but more importantly, I support women's wrongs. I'm gonna like that. Sure, Wizard of Oz somehow. I don't know, like nothing in this description points to Wizard of Oz. It's just that the girl is like bad. Is she supposed to be like the witch? Is that what? But who's the guy supposed to be? Is he supposed to be the wizard? I don't know. There wasn't really a romance in the Wizard of Oz, so I don't know. Okay, anyways, weird. Another F, because I didn't even get the fact that the guy was like the bad guy and the girl was like, I didn't even get that right, because this is opposite. The girl is the bad guy and the guy is the good guy. Wow. This one was not as good as the other one. I think the other one, I actually had some that I think I was fairly close as far as like the description given. So we went through 6 books this time. Hey, look at me go. I'm getting faster, but my guessing is getting worse. Is there a correlation? Probably. Wow, I found some books that I want to read that like fully, totally interest me. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, I want to read Weyward, The Priory Orange Tree. Those 3 for sure. I am kind of interested in the club. No, I only did 5. What am I talking about? So, I mean, I hope that this one was fun for you guys. I honestly hope that you guys have found maybe a few more books to add to your TBR. Or if you have read any of these, let me know. Let me know if you loved them or not. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all again soon. Bye! Woo!